Howdy, Pipers. Hope this finds y'all all doing good. Pull up a chair and grab your favorite pipe and stuff some of your favorite blend or just whatever's handy, something you like, and fire it up and let's smoke a pipe together. I am smoking some Kentucky Blizzard from Don Juan. We're smoking it in tinderbox pipe, little pot shaped. This is, I've showed y'all this before, this is absolutely one of my favorites. One of the greatest smokers that I've got, and I like the looks of it too. It reminds me of a Peterson, I think they call them Rose Lawer, which that is one that's on my list for sure. My bucket list is to own one of those. And of course it's the Rose Lawer, if I'm saying that right, looks to me like running in the $150 range from what, and I may be off a few dollars. This one is probably $60 or less than that one. Yeah, so this one's not near the, of course it doesn't carry the Peterson name on it. It's the, and I love it. It's the tinderbox. But this is a blend I picked up over the weekend. I'm using matches tonight. Every now and then I'll get on a match kick. And I forgot my lighter in my bedroom, so that's more honestly about it. It's kind of like the guy down at Bayou Tobacco. We were talking about the fact that they don't ship, the one down in Baton Rouge. And he said, you know why we don't ship? He said, you want to know the real reason we don't ship? And I said, yeah. And he said, what do you think it is? And I said, well, probably some kind of, regulation from the tobacco board or, something like that. And he said, no. He said, the real reason is we're just too dang lazy. I wish they would, because they've got some good ones. That Tiger Bud and I like, and of course certainly that Jackson blend is just great. This Kentucky Blizzard is the one that's bourbon, cranberry, and lime, and it's got something else in it too, and I can't remember. And may not sound like a good combination, but it really is. It's a tasty little blend. It's not overpowering. You taste the bourbon in it some, and you gradually you detect a little bit of cranberry. The lime, I'm thinking I'm tasting that coming in, but it's very subtle, and it just blends in well with it. This is, I don't even see a lot of Cavendish in this thing. This is a Don Juan blend. They're on Corporate Boulevard in Baton Rouge, and well, I see a little in there. Oh yeah, there's some in there. But it's a keeper. It's one I want to hang on to, in the rotation. I don't think the room notice, I don't like it. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't dislike it. It's not one of my favorite room notes from what I'm smelling of it, but the flavor and the room note are on two different total ball games here. But Super Bowl has come and gone. I'm not a super huge football fan. I watch it occasionally. I enjoy my St. Louis Cardinals when they play baseball in the spring and summer. That's I really enjoy that. I watch very little to no basketball. But I do watch some football. I watch some college games, especially the bowl games. I'll occasionally watch LSU if they're on a roll, and certainly watch them if they get in a bowl game. And I watch the Saints. I will watch the Saints play. And as far as sitting down watching Monday Night Football or something, unless the Saints are playing, I do occasionally, and certainly there again if they get in the playoffs, and I watch a lot of the playoff games, but I'm not such a fanatic that I'm catching every game. I know at my mom and dad's house on Sunday, that's all that's on, and Saturday, you go to my father-in-law's house and he's glued to the TV. If it's during football season, you may as well not even visit because he barely will acknowledge you're there. He's glued to the TV, and I'm certainly not that kind of fanatic, but anyhow, this evening was one of those games that really I lost interest and went on and did something else. I mean, when it's that big of a runaway score, it just, I like them when they're close, and I'll sit and watch them. If there are a couple of touchdowns, even 3, if there's a chance. But when they get like that, it's difficult to hold my attention with it. But I was pulling for Denver. And I'm using these. As a matter of fact, these came from Don Juan's in Baton Rouge. Here's their address and phone number. We'll just do it like that. And I'm not sure if they ship or not. They used to. They at one time told me they did. But and this has got a cigar brand on it. I guess this compliments a brick house. If you find this cigar, and I can buy this one here at some of the convenience stores around here and it's not a convenience store cigar, but several of the foreign-owned convenience stores around here carry premium cigars. A lot of them have humidors. Some of them the stand-up type. And there's a couple places here that are close to the house that carry that brick house. And any of the links, any of the sticks, and they call them different diameters, different millimeter or whatever. I don't know the lingo of it. But the brick house is what I smoke. And I've smoked a couple of them on YouTube before. I know what I'm getting. It's a $5 to $7, $8 cigar. That's about what a stick will cost you. And I reach for that. I don't. I smoke a couple of sticks a month, a couple of cigars a month. I could find myself getting really addicted to them. So I try to limit myself to a couple a month. And I do occasionally enjoy a good one. Finally got rid of that U-Haul trailer. Man, it's rented it local here. A guy that I know has a service station. Of course, he and I go way back because I always rented U-Hauls at my full service stations and had one convenience store that we rented them at. But I rented them at every full serve location we had. And I rented the little 5x8, and I actually should have gotten the 6x12. And it was cheaper to, well, it's $20 a day. And of course, then I kept it nearly 3, but they only charged me for 2 for $40. But to rent it in New Orleans, come back to Monroe with it, they wanted, for some reason or another, there must be if there's a bunch of influx of equipment in a certain area, the price will go up. They'll penalize you. That's one of the things that they do. If there's a great need for equipment in that area, you may get a tremendous deal. You may get a lowball deal. But apparently their equipment was, because to go to New Orleans was like $68. But to come back to Monroe one way, picking it up in New Orleans, coming back one way was $103. So I said, heck, I can save $60. But let me tell you, that little 5-bay trailer, I pulled that food trailer around with that Chevy pickup. It's got the 283 V8 in it, what they call a 4.8 liter. It'll run with that heavy food trailer. I've never checked the mileage on it, but I did on, we stopped at Macomb, Mississippi going down, and might have been Brookhaven. But anyway, we stopped and gassed up, stopped and ate lunch. There was an Exxon store by the, we ate at a Crystal Burger, and so afterwards I drove and filled up, and I figured, well, it'll hold $35, $40 at the most. So I'm going to have $52, and I checked the mileage, and normally if I keep that truck at about, on the interstate, I'll usually set the cruise at about 77, 78, because around here you can just about get away with 10 over without the state police harassing you. Sometimes I'll bump it up to around 79, but usually about 78, and I'll have cars passing me. If you do that, it'll get around 18 and a half. It's just a half-ton, 4-door. If you keep it at about 68 or 70, I can squeeze 20 miles to the gallon out of it. That little 5x8, little bitty light U-Haul, I can pick it up with the tongue of it and maneuver it around with one hand. Drop that truck 13 miles to the gallon. Because I guess what was happening is, the air coming off the cab, getting down in the bed, and then it comes up and it just hits that square boxy trailer. And of course, I was running it. I was running 74 or 5 all the way down with it on I-20. I went Interstate 20 to cut off there at Vicksburg and then pick 55 back up. Of course, when you come in through, when we left Baton Rouge, I come up US 61 to State Highway 15, but which they run together. But man, I was shocked. So I don't know if I saved any money or not with it dropping. Now, it got a little better coming back because we were on a slower paced highway. You got to go through a lot of little towns. And it come on back to about 15, but man, it socked it. It tore me up on gas mileage. But yeah, we stopped at a little old Crystal. There's not any around here, and I like a little old Crystal Burger. And there was one over at Vicksburg for a long time. I'd stop over there occasionally, get a sack full of burgers, and the little square burgers, or just with the mustard and pickle, a little onion on them. And Emily liked hers because we cut the onion. That's the first time she'd ever had one. And I always wish we had one in Monroe, but we stopped there. That's the way I do. If I'm on the road, and Emily's real good about it. The boys coming up were not. They wanted McDonald's. I mean, that's what they wanted. But now Emily likes to try different things, and our deal has always been when we're on the road, okay, guys, we can get McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Captain D's, Olive Garden. We can do, all the restaurants that we have, Outback, Chili's, Cracker Barrel. We can do all that in Monroe. Let's look for something we don't have if we're on the highway. Let's eat out on the road. I mean, when we're eating out, let's eat something we don't have that we don't get a chance to get, and that's kind of what we do. And we seen that and stopped it, enjoyed it. It was the same old Crystal Burger that always been. I'm running out of time, but I don't know if I showed y'all this. My son got me this for Christmas, and his fiance, she actually picked it out, ordered it from a brick and mortar in South Carolina, little pipe holder. And it is a fish. I got it for Christmas, and I may have showed it, but I don't know. But I love that little thing. Look, out of time. Y'all have a good one. We'll catch you tomorrow, God willing. Y'all take care and God bless.